Like, I feel like AI viewers, like, in a weird way, make sense for those bot farms to, like, lean into. Unfortunately enough. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, it tracks, I think. It makes sense in an upsetting way. Anyway, today we're gonna be reading more Homestuck. As you guys know, it's Homestuck, which means that it is Homestuck, and we're gonna be reading Homestuck. We have read some of Homestuck before. Some say one time before this time, and that it was a good time. And now we're gonna do it again, and thoughts are that it will go good again. The fast Fourier transform was Americans? I don't know what that is. Originated, yes, but perfected in New England. Damn. 5 minutes? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Also, good morning to Sammy. Congratulations on being the first in chat today. Avery, good morning. Alibaba, good morning. Buddy, good morning. Tosca, good morning. Olive, good morning. And Alibaba, good morning. I think that's everybody. All right. We now continue. Homestuck. Last time, a meteor hit our house. That's kind of how it ended. Hello, Tarmac. Good morning. Also, I don't know how to change the SSD fund thing. I don't know if you guys see that at the top of stream chat as well, but I don't know how to get rid of that. I need to change that at some point. I just don't know where in my settings I need to go to do it. Regardless, years in the future, but not many. A wayward vagabond records a stuttering step in the sun-bleached dust. Oh. 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 Interesting. There's some Blorbo walking in a desert, and he found the... Is this where our house was, I guess? This was like the thingy? Interesting. Okay. Act 2. Whoa. Okay, interesting. Imagine there's a button. It's pink and has sparkles, like one of those grocery store bakery cupcakes that parents bring to kids' birthday parties in elementary schools. If you press the button, can you guess what it does? It plays Caramel Dancing. You should get a Caramel Dancing button. Tosca, thank you so much for 60 days of Cal. Here's another 60. No, I will not make a Caramel Dancing button. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. 60. Hold on. 1 second. Give me just 1 second. Sorry, sometimes I get console stones, and sometimes I feel like I can feel them in my throat when I do not have a console stone. Cal, use a catalyst, I cast explosion with cluster claps. I don't know what that... You get 1 big boom! And 10 claps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I see what you mean about an explosion with cluster claps. That's cool. I like that. That's good. All right, let's continue. We've got some walkthroughs, caveats, and condolences. Walkthrough incomplete. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. PC miscellaneous immersive simulation, suburb beta. I hear it sucks. They're just gross. But unfortunately, I'm also a freak. Like, I'm like a skin picker. So I do kind of enjoy removing them. Which is weird and kind of probably a little fucked up, but don't tell anybody, all right? This is between us. We've got Tentacle Therapist, Not started with a capital, which I just realized. Sanctuary Remix, Winnie the Poop 2, and Chaos Demon. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Hosted by GameFAQs. Suburb Beta Walkthrough, version 1.0, April 13th, 2009, by Tentacle Therapist. Table of contents, caveats and condolences, and walkthroughs incomplete. Ari, good morning. How you holding up today? Welcome on in. I'd be inclined to dispense with the trite, even under less pressing circumstances. Needless to say, I'll forego the inscrutable ASCII banner, which typically heralds the striking freefall of these documents. I'll also resist the urge to brandish any copyright marks or the particular neuroses that concerns itself with the theft of their worthless, of the utterly mundane. I'll allow other deranged prospectors to stake claims on their worthless plots as the woods burn around them. My introduction will be sparse. There will be no majestic prose blustering into the sails of a galleon as we embark on this voyage together. Nor will there be any ham-fisted prose whipping its limbs under a bedsheet like a mentally handicapped ghost. For that matter, I won't set the stage or dim the lights. The mood, you will see, will be set soon enough. Since you are reading this, chances are you have installed this game on your computer already. If this is true, like many others, you have just participated in bringing about the end of the world. But don't beat yourself up over it. There was never anything you could have done to prevent it. The end is happening right now as I type, as you read. I have come to understand that we were always doomed in our collective ignorance, and now further doomed by those few who know and struggle to flee. If you're lucky, you'll be among the smaller subset of the latter who are successful. What I mean is, while that game you installed is just one more grinding slab of rock sealing our planet's crypt, it is also your only hope to live. I'm presently faced with the same conundrum as you, and though I speak with more experience, my own outcome is far from assured. I will quote-unquote play the game, as much of it as there is to play, and record my findings here. If you want to live, you will do as I instruct. My condolences, TT. Okay, then that's the goth girl that was helping us, right? Uh-huh. Our beautiful Harlequin-filled house. How could you do this to us? It's so beautiful. Mac and me, no! What the fuck? Hello? Dad, no! He loves to bake. Hello? He loves to bake. He can't bake when he's dead, and my dad. Oh. Wow. Huh. Yeah, I can't say I was expecting that. Okay. The kernel divides. The two halves go their separate ways, leaving behind the sprite portion. Okay. Bye. Bye. Okay. Rose Lalonde? TT is Rose Lalonde. So TT is not the goth girl. Oh, so yeah, I guess we're okay? Boy. Oh, shit. Hello. What is left of the sprite undergoes a mysterious transformation. For a moment you thought you heard someone say boy as if whispered in the periphery of your awareness. It was probably just your imagination. No, she is. Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha. You there, boy! Whoa, what the fuck? Click this. You there, boy. You there, what the fuck? This large platform, good grief, what is it, boy? Alright, I guess I have to give him a voice. Boy, open this door and walk through it! Click this. To walk around, use the mouse and arrow keys or WASD. Click on various objects to open command menus for them. Outstanding Flash Programming by Alexis Goncro Being-cerner. Peek over the railing. Getting close to the railing makes you a little nervous. It's a long way down. This is I did not know that there were game portions of this. You there, boy! What? Boy, listen to me, boy! His name is John, you nincompoop. Boy, who is John? Do as I say! What would you like, boy who is John, to do? Obey my commands, John boy. And those commands would be... I would like the boy to interact with his environment in a constructive manner. Maybe you should be a little more specific. Have the boy assess his current situation. I'm afraid I can't have the boy do that. Tell him to do it yourself. Very well. Okay. Could you please turn the controls over to a more competent user? Increasingly sophomoric. Also, you spelled salad in there. You there, boy! What? Listen to me, boy! Okay, alright, we're back to, okay, it's starting to loop. The large platform, good, this large platform, good grief, what is it, boy? The alchemeter, created the apple, or the tree that sprouted it, rather, right on time to save you from destruction. You're not sure if you can say the same for your neighborhood, though. Wonder what happened to your dad. Huh. Hello, Ellie, good morning, welcome on in. I thought this was a novel. It kind of is? I don't really know what to expect anymore. Boy, open this door and walk through it. Well done, boy. I am your friendly little ghosty guy. That man with the humorous spectacles. Admire him. Oh, Michael Cera, your warm smile is a shining beacon in these dark times. That's Michael Cera? Huh. I detest this. Disregard it? The Harlequin painting. You have a sentiment in common with John, then, I suppose. What's that? It looks different now. After you bit the apple, your whole house seemed to have transported somewhere. Then the apple disappeared, and the kernel sprite underwent a transformation. Aside from the change in appearance, the transformation doesn't seem to have any relevant ramifications. What is down here? Proceed, boy! Okay. I'm not fond of this smug fellow. The man, the myth, the legend. What do you have up your sleeve there, Anderson? Look at that poker face, he's not telling a soul. Go in there now. Okay. Oh, my bathroom, my toilet. Your plumbing appears to be faulty. Man, Rose did such a piss-poor job of fixing the bathroom. It would almost certainly be a mistake to try to use the toilet. Guess you just go pee off the edge of the cliff. True. Can I look outside? Peer through that window. At least your backyard was salvaged too. Sort of. Okay. Open this! Your dad's room is still locked! Okay. Let's go over here, I guess. Down the stairs. Boy, who is John? Do as I say! I'm trying! It's hard. I've only... Boy! I'm trying! Boy! There we go. No. Keep moving. Believe me, you have no intention of turning your head to observe this dreadful thing. Why does this small man stand here? This Harlequin is always ready to serve you with illumination, whether you're reading a book or just enjoying a nice pipe. What is the meaning of this rubbish? Okay, even you have to admit that one's pretty funny. I guess. Boy! Use this to reseal that opening there. If only putting the lid back on the crux extruder would undo all it's done. Alas, Pandora's tube has been opened. A small dessert tray. Useless. In retrospect, it was pretty funny when your dad pied you like that. Got you again by your old man. Stow that lump of soot for future use, boy. That stuff is really dirty and you don't want it. Besides, you have it on good authority that a significant portion of this is compromised of asbestos. Topple this urn immediately! That would be disrespectful to your Nana. You just won't do it. Or not intentionally, at least. You consider that it is fortunate that she is no longer around to witness the sorrow. On the other hand, you would probably benefit from her elderly wisdom right now. Wield these instruments of combat, boy! Any one of these things would make a fine weapon, if only your strife specibus wasn't already allocated. Ah well. Through the doors like you see in a cowboy saloon, boy! Dad. Sample the powdered uncooked dessert! Back, ye miserable wench! Stay thine choking airborne particles of temptation. I like this little guy. This book is too big for a young, stupid boy. Colonel Sassacre is your favorite book, almost as favorite as Wise Guy. They are both your favoriteest of all time. Examine the artwork. Your dad was so proud when you drew this, he hung it up immediately and it stayed there ever since. That was 1 week ago. Peek in the bowl of goo! Wherever your dad went, he seems to have left in a hurry. For all his absurdities you have to put up with, you sure wish you were here right now. Aw. Dad. Dad. This is oil? You wonder what happened in here. Where's your dad? Are there robots? Dad, did you get grabbed by a robot? Plunder chest. Would you like to play a game? What? Oh, because it's got a bunch of games there. This is the telephone boy. Use it. The phone doesn't work. Open this door now. Hello. There's no time for laundry. You're right. Thank you for being sensible about it. Open these and rifle them for their goods. You don't give a shit about what's in there. Probably nothing you'd be inclined to use now anyway. Exit the house, boy. Okay. Ponder the lawn amusement. Your childhood nemesis, the spring-mounted pogo ride, sadly was not swallowed by the void. We'll have to wait another day for its comeuppance. Fiddle with those bright, sparkly things now, boy! That sounds incredibly dangerous. John sensibly disregards your awful advice. Admire the wall-mounted gadget! Through some mysterious force, your house still has, seems to be powered even though the wires are severed. Quite bizarre. Boy with John, shit on the table! Do it now! I know you want to! I understand your innermost desires! Boy! Engage this mangled traipse display! Looks like your swing set is toast. You relive fond memories in a moment of sorrow. Stop crying, boy! We have work to do! Save your precious, precious water! For you'll need it later! For there will be more tears to shed! Oh. Claim the dangling, claim that dangling tree bubble! The trick handcuffs are still there, thank God. I know you're not about to try to claim them right now. Okay. Well, I can't, I am the ghost clown! Do something with it! The ghost clown's called the Colonel Sprite, or rather just the Sprite now, I suppose. You can't do something with it at the moment. The only thing you can theoretically do is Tier 2 prototype it, assuming that's still possible. There's an Easter egg on this interactive page. Help. Help. Oh yeah, you're right. I can. You're so right, thank you. I forgot I could WASD. The prototype of the Sprite, or the thing you said. Do it! You're not the one who was supposed to prototype it. The Suburb server user is supposed to do that. If I'm not the thing that's talking, then I'm not really sure why I gave myself this voice. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be the thing talking or if this is supposed to be some sort of third entity, but I've already given it this voice, so I'm not changing it. Sniff the vegetable. Doesn't smell like anything. All right. Return to the room with the dead hag's remains. Well, the text is in character, so someone is talking. Move this absurd edifice and exit your house, boy. This thing weighs a ton. You'd honestly be surprised if the game cursor could lift it, or at least not without a significant amount of grist. Of all the places for Rose to drop the infernal thing, more than ever you feel... What's the word you're looking for? Ah, of course! House-trapped. Where do I go? Press Control-T when outside. Interesting. You there, boy! In there! This is the best boy! You're so glad your dad wasn't watching when you did this. He would never let you hear the end of it. Inspect that merry band of performers! Cirque du Soleil once filed a restraining order against your father. You were never so embarrassed in your life. Wow. Operate the instrument. Haunting piano refrain. Wait, what did that say? You play your okay, whatever. Oh, more oil. Read the unpleasant literature. Serious Jester magazine for those whom clowning around is a serious business. Disregard this nonsense. Your dad used this stuff to dazzle you with his silly vaudevillian escapades. Really, you couldn't roll your eyes hard enough at his corny act. Look here! It's dark out there. You can't see anything for miles. Open the iron vault, boy! You don't know the combination. Think the riches he guards below. This one offers you a friendly wave. But yeah, it's really just another stupid piece of shit. Okay, I played the piano. Please stop. Thank you. Alright, let's go outside and press Control-T, as apparently that will do something. Through the doors of the saloon I shall go! Really loud. Really loud. What is that? Looks different now. After you bit the apple, your whole house seemed to be transported to somewhere. Then the apple disappeared and the girl's brain on the way to transfer me. What the fuck? Why? Why does that exist? Why? Okay. Boy, quit all this scurrying around! For the last time, this boy's name is John! Fine, John, enter your quarters! Ah, man. Hold on, I gotta do more. It's okay, I can go backwards. It'll never end. I cannot be stopped. Hold on, I gotta go to the chimney? In trickster mode. Don't tell me what to do, I can do what I want. Hold on, I gotta go back outside. Hold on, I gotta go back outside. I gotta go back outside. You there, boy, shut up. Oof. It's so loud! Oh, thank God. Well, I think we'll find out. How about you give it a second, Sammy? How about you fucking give it a second? Whoa. Whoa! Oh, from outside? Wait, hold on. Where am I? Wait, go back out here, boy. Wait, where am I now? Oh, I see. Okay, what am I doing? You want me to go back outside? Oh shit. Hello. Oh, hello. What is this? Almost looks like Morse code. Boop 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 boop. Boop 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 boop. Boop 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 boop. Boop 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 boop. Boop boop. Sammy, investigate. I don't like weird pink blonde John. 024913 in Morse code. Interesting. Chimney, this is not safe. Shenanigans. Oh, weird. Make desk into fort and visit Imagination Land. Hold on, we'll do that in a minute. Hold on. Open safe. What? Why did that bring me outside? Hold on. Let me go back up. Let me go back up. Fucking weird. Shenanigans. Retrieve arms. Already have arms, stupid. Shoot the safe. With what? Okay. Imagination Land. Wow, so like, we're gonna get some of your drugs. Unplug window. It's a window. Pick up window. That is so infeasible it hurts me. What is this pumpkin? Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit! It's a pumpkin-shaped graffiti. Game dev facts. All elements but the pumpkin, drawn by Andrew Hussey in Photoshop, imported and subsequently vectorized, organized, named, and scripted by Alex Kanko, who is a guy. 148 objects, 538 lines, 140 bitmaps, 9 souls, 2 pumpkins. This line of code is 1,600... a lot of characters. Okay. Almost looks like it's pointing. Anything up here? Guessing not. Am I supposed to do something here? Yeah, opening the safe just brings me back outside. Weird. Well, we got the 024913, but are we supposed to do something with that? I don't understand! Just a little Easter egg, this is a reference to the last MS Paint adventure Problem Sooth. Trickster mode will be an option in various flashes. Oh, that's cute. Alright, quit it! Return to your quarters! Now go back to the, you go back to the bedroom, tiptoeing around this weird petroleum-based sludge. Now, John! Respond to your friend unit! Pastor log. John, are you there? Medical therapist is now an idle chum. Hey, I'm here. Not dead, I think. I know. I've been watching you scramble through your house like a lunatic. You should have answered me sooner. Ah, man, sorry. I was looking around for my dad. I can't find him anywhere. Have you seen him? Nah, I'm sure he'll turn up. We have more important things to address right now. Yeah, like where am I? I don't know that either, but I've determined your neighborhood was destroyed by the meteor. Wherever you were transported, it saved you from the impact. I've been reading reports in the news. Over the last few days, there have been many smaller meteor collisions with people's homes around the world, and they're getting bigger. Yours was the biggest that they've identified so far. Wow, okay. So then I guess if all of this is the game's doing, then the point is for us to save the world? Perhaps. Then we better get moving and figure this game out. Yes, but wait, we should retrieve your PDA, yet again. It will help you it'll help to keep tabs on each other while you investigate. I think I can help you get closer to it if I can replenish our grist supply somewhat. There may be a way to recycle some that we've already used. Okay, I'll meet you out on the balcony. Wait, Rose, one more thing. What? You never wished me a happy birthday. Hello? I was working on something to send you, but I was running late with it. I didn't want you to think I believed meager well wishes alone would suffice for the occasion. That said, happy birthday, John. Oh, geez, that's silly. Anyway, thanks. First, take the fabric item on the floor there. The towel? Why? Now, well, you're the boss. You capture log the towel. What now? Do as the purple text says. To the balcony. John makes his way to the balcony, per your awkwardly worded request. Wait, take that! The blue wobbly thing! You whimsically decide to capture log the totem, which is used to create the apple tree earlier. John! Recycle the grist as was dictated by your cohort! I see. John cannot do anything with the grist at this moment. That is up to the suburb player. I see. Yes, that will suffice. Rose deletes the perfectly generic object. 6 units of build grist are restored to your grist cache. Okay. Rose expands the grist to drag new plank from the balcony to the direction of the PDA. John, run across that precarious platform, swiftly! John is not sure about that. It is a long way down. Boy, I said make haste on the narrow catwalk! John is very nervous about the idea, and the strident tone of your commands is starting to make him a little upset. Fine! Proceed at your level of comfort as it dictates. You cautiously walk within range of the PDA. Rose retrieves it. Now take it! Oh my god. Not the Harlequin! Come back! Oh my god. No! Oh no, it's gone forever. You grab the PDA, launching one of the Harlequin figures into the night. You can kiss that one goodbye. Following matters have been submitted in a frank and forthright manner for Pipe fans' judicious appraisal. Submitting inquiry of concern over cataclysmic event. Pipe fan reply. Status of health / wardrobe? Neighborhood house struck by flaming projectile and light a fire hazard. Evacuating house of all expensive garments. Fedora freak. Office urchin. Good luck, Fedora freak. Salvage as many hats as practical. Fedora freak, you are within our thoughts, along with Pipe Fan 413 and his enviable collection of pipes. Well-pressed attire. Thank you all. Report. Most hats removed from danger. Ties next. Just one forward command will suffice. Thanks. It looks like you're not the only one trying to locate your father after the disaster. These boring men are uninteresting. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. John, are you okay? You seem a bit tentative. I'm fine, I guess. Since I got here, I feel compelled to do these weird things I don't really want to do. By some, voice that I can't really hear? It's kind of hard to explain. Perhaps the early symptoms of an anxiety disorder, like post-traumatic stress? Yeah, maybe, who knows? Well, if you can pull yourself together, there are a few more things we should try, like prototyping the kernel spread again, if possible. We should hurry, my laptop battery won't last forever. Yeah, guy, I'll go back inside. No, do not do that! Hop off of the ledge and onto that car! What? No, that sounds incredibly dangerous. Now you're just being a pest. Which turnip truck did you tumble out of anyway? Who are you? Years in the future, but not many. An unsealed tunnel welcomes hot desert air into its stagnant depths. Okay. Ooh. Oh! Boy! You there! Boy! I see, it's this guy. This guy is our, I guess that's your voice now. I'm sorry, whoever you are, and whatever your vibes are. That's your voice now. You have to live with that. You have to live with that being your voice now forever. Sorry. I guess you're in the future and talking to me from the future into the past? That's fascinating. Oh, someone hearing a voice that compels them to do things? Toby Fox, you sick bastard. Motherfucker. All right, examination of the basics. Upon connecting with the client user, you, the server user, will be met with a control panel allowing you to manipulate your co-player's environment. You will find that you are allowed to deploy 4 items at no expense. 3 of these are rather large machines and 1 is a punch card. It's quite possible that you've already deployed some of these items before reading this. If that is the case, you have now activated the machine called the Cruxtruder, such as it displays a countdown. You must proceed to section A100 of this walkthrough immediately. The life of the client user depends on it, and if your co-player has activated this device in your environment too, then yours does as well. But if not, please refrain from doing anything with this Cruxtruder, aside from merely deploying it. This will buy you some time to think things through properly and go through the basics of the game before you find your soft, easily punctured head in the jaws of the lion. As mentioned, there are 4 items to consider, each playing a role in the process which appears to have a singular purpose: to manufacture objects out of thin air. The designer of the game, judging by the language used, regards this process as a sort of alchemy. This may allude to complexities in the production process yet to present themselves. But for now, the variety of objects you are able to create remains quite limited. The items in question are the Cruxtruder, again, tread lightly with this one, the Totem Lathe, the Alchemeter, and the Pre-Punched Card. I will describe how these devices work in conjunction with one another, and I will use the analogy of having a key made at a hardware store to help you understand. First, deploy all of the objects in convenient proximity to each other. Be sure not to block doors or pathways with them. Thanks, Rose. You can always revise the dimensions of rooms to make space for them, but I'd advise against this, or even experimenting with the function. Doing so comes at the expense of build grist, a commodity which appears at the premium of appears at a premium at the onset, and one you'd be advised to save for later. All page prompts have been form submitted. However, Homestuck started gaining popularity pretty fast after that big flash last stream. This all caps section is the first time Husey gets tired of prompts and just kind of does their whole thing. Hold on, I'm trying to understand what you just said. All page prompts have been forum submitted. As in all of these? All of these little things here have been forum submitted? What do you mean? Yes. Okay, and they're all submitted by that guy in the future? Up until now, users submitted what John should do. Oh. By real people, and now it's an in-universe character. Now it is Hussy telling. What the fuck is Hussy? Is Hussy the guy with the wrappings? The creator. Hussy is the author. Okay, how would I know that? I don't know. Real guy! Yeah, the capitals is really helping. Okay. But what about the guy who... It just showed a guy typing all of that. So there's an in-universe character typing these right now. Yeah, okay, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm asking. The Cruxtruder. Removing the lid signals the moment your life becomes a great whirling batshit pandemonium, somewhat resembling the chaos of an especially ethnic wedding. Okay. Somewhere, a soused uncle deliberately shatters china on the floor. Muddy livestock is decorated, and then lost track of. The question, whose mule is this, at times could be heard over the din. This is now your reality. But aside from that, it marks the beginning of the process I am about to describe. The countdown begins, yes. Also, an entity called the Kernel Sprite is released, but neither of these things are all that relevant to the process. To my knowledge, more on these things later. What is relevant is the unlidded Cruxtruder's ability to dispense Cruxite dowels. It will dispense at least one, though it is, I suspect it is capable of producing more, given parameters I'm not yet familiar with. In my key-making analogy, these dowels represent the uncarved pieces of metal within a hardware store employee retrieves from a drawer or a rack and sets about carving into a key. The two following items are needed to do the carving. The pre-punched card. It's a simple Siladex card containing an item. There is evidence to suggest the specific item it contains is variable from session to session. The card I deployed contained a blue apple. Yours may be different. It shouldn't matter, hopefully. Additionally, the card as you may guess, is punched, like one used with antique computing systems. The pattern of holes comprises data, which I believe corresponds to the instructions for creating the item the card contains. That it is pre-punched suggests that there is a way to punch an unpunched card, possibly imprinting it with the data for the item it contains, though no mechanism for this has presented itself yet. But the data on the card cannot be used to create the item directly. There is a middleman. That middleman is the totem lathe. This is essentially a key carving machine. It will carve into your Cruxite dowel a pattern of grooves and contours, and the sort in which makes a key unique. The instructions for this pattern are supplied by the punch card, which is inserted into the lathe pre-activation to configure its chisels. Once the dowel is carved, you have a totem serving as your key, which can then be used to unlock the card item through the alchemeter. But at this point, I will diverge from my key-making analogy and switch to a barcode analogy, which is not a terribly strenuous leap to make, since the concepts of a key and a barcode are essentially the same. One being a unique pattern of grooves, the other of varying black lines. That's Huzzy using an in-universe character as an excuse to direct what happens. You can imagine how many forum submissions are akin to shit on the floor. Yeah, so I didn't really understand that this was forum submitted. You guys told me about it last time, but I guess I didn't fully conceptualize or comprehend what that meant until now. That's really funny and interesting. So the start of John's journey is literally him just being fucked with by people on a forum. That's hilarious. That's really funny. It's a really funny bit. The alchemeter. If you place a Cruxite dowel carved or uncarved on the alchemeter's small pedestal, its robotic arm will scan the contours with a laser. Hence the barcode analogy. This is the machine's way of reading the data originally imprinted from the card, and transforming that data into a physical object. Though typically this is not done without expense, I believe. An uncarved dowel results in the creation of a perfectly generic object, which is a seemingly useless green cube. It costs 2 units of build grist to make, and I do not advise that you waste your resources on it. There appears to be many other varieties of grist, ostensibly used in combinations to create different sorts of items, which possibly offer some insight into the game's use of the term alchemy. But, quite conveniently, there is an exception to this. Creating the item on the pre-punched card costs nothing. This is good, because creating this item turns out to be essential. Now that you know this, you can, in your own time, begin the process. Once you initiate it, naturally, there is no going back, so best to be prepared. But you probably shouldn't drag your feet too long. As I mentioned earlier, this is your only means of escape. When you're ready, be prepared to follow the steps in the next section swiftly. A100, so your Cruxtruder's ticking. Do this to live. Oh, and then she is. Oh, God! In the distance, meteorites fall with greater frequency. The fire in the forest burns so hot, not even the rain is putting it out. Why is she looking at? Why is that her face? What is that? Oh, God. All right, Rose, check the status of the battery. Your laptop battery is all right for now, but it won't last for long. If the power of the house doesn't come back on, you can think of one last resort, the small backup generator stored behind the mausoleum. Prototype sprite with Betty Crocker box. Huh? What? Ah, man, you're gonna use that? That sucks. What a stupid idea. We have to hurry along. I'm running low on battery power. But the cake mix, that's so dumb. I doubt it matters. We might as well just use any old crap lying around. Fine, I guess. Oh. The sprite is playing hard to get. You guess that's what you get for originally prototyping it with something that engenders mischief and pranksterism. Do the potted vegetable instead, it looks delicious. Pipe down, you. This is Rose's decision, not yours. Prototype sprite with Sassacre's text. Oh yes, sweet, now we're talking. See if you can distract it. I'll try to sneak up on it. John! Flail about in a distracting manner! The sprite finds the distracting manner in which you flail about to be rather distracting. The pesky sprite eludes you again. Not even the great Colonel himself can outfox it. In narrowly missing with your attempt to create the Colonel sprite, you drop the massive tome. The entire house rattles under the astonishing girth of the book. In the other room, Nana's ashes dump onto the sprite, which is caught unaware by the dowsing. Inspect the hag ash incident! You find the sacred urn toppled again. This time you're quite sure it was not your fault. The sprite is nowhere to be found. Remove Cruxtruder from doorway. Ah, man, where'd it go? I can't find it anywhere in the house. No time to worry about it. Next thing we should do is get your server copy of the game from the car. You need to connect with my client so I can repeat your steps and presumably join you wherever you are. We should do this quickly before my house burns down. What, there's a fire? There will be soon. Oh, jeez, do this thing already. It looks like it requires a lot of grist to move. I don't have enough to relocate the door either. How much do you have? 0. Oh. I thought about jumping to the car for the ledge earlier, but that sounds really dangerous. I have a better idea. Meet me upstairs. Do again as purple words command! You are about to head upstairs when you think you heard something behind you. It was faint, but you swear it was a small, light-hearted chuckle along the lines of a spirited Ignore the woman's antics! I don't really know what to make of this anymore. I've made grandma clown ghost. You're not sure you even saw a woman, let alone any of her hypothetical antics, but whatever it was you may have got a glimpse of, it sure gave you the willies. You head upstairs on your way to the balcony. Your PDA starts acting up again. Indulge the device, but be cut with it. Boop, 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 boop. Hey bro, check it out, I'm working on some new rhymes. Dude, I don't have time for your dirty raps. Come on, dude, this is Hells of Ill, just listen. It sounds like you don't even believe me when I said I was about to get blown up, but I really was. But now I'm in some weird dimension that Suburb sent me to or something, and now on top of that, I think I'm being haunted by my dead grandma. Huh. What, for real? Yeah, it's true, but I'll talk about it later sometime. I think I could drop some sick rhymes about all of this. Man, I just don't think all the rapping stuff is really as cool as you think it is. No, it'll be dope. Check it. No, I have to go. Bye. Wait. Armageddon's getting waged on us, but I'm again armed and dangerous, sending men in space for saving us. See what you play is more courageous. Ben or Bruce, dudes reach a truce. Put up their blow shoots to use and up, suck it. Affleck sacrifice would have to suffice. Ah, fuck it, bro, be a stained glass saint upon a cross, getting hella Christ plagiarists. Bruce is like, off of that crucifix, enough of this fucking save me, you fuss. Restrained his ass per McLean Redux while Buscemi remains the dangerous. When a plan gone astray pays off a wasted caterers. Ashtray catering to layers of Matt McConaughey's vague remainder dust. Wait, McConaughey wasn't even in any of those Meteor movies. He was, I'll have to make a rap about it. I don't know, Morgan Freeman or something. Being president, it'll be called like Obama made it so no one gives a shit about black presidents in movies anymore. See, you gotta fill me in on what's going on so I have something to like rap about besides all your dumb shit movies. Oh, come on. This is Hells of I'll Just Listen. What does he mean here? I don't really know what he means there. If you say Clussy, I'm sending an L. I agree. Enough strange poetry from the red text! You head out to the balcony to find your, out what Rose has in mind. She's messaging you again. The purple text is less irrational than the red text. I'm lifting the car up to the balcony. Whoa, okay. Once it is up, retrieve the game. Then I'll put it back down on the driveway. But the door is locked. Break a window. But it's my dad's car! It's just a window. This is sort of an emergency. Otherwise, I promise I'll handle the car with velvet gloves. Alright. Pick up car. Connection lost. Ah! No! Ridiculous folly! Inexcusable! You're inclined to agree. But hey, accidents happen. You double check your PDA to make sure if Rose is really gone. Indeed, this seems to be the case. TG is still pestering you, of course, but another chum is now logged in as well. What color are the words that this chum says? I'm back. Oh, hi. I went to investigate the explosion I heard. Was it by any chance a meteor? Yes. How did you know? Oh man, it's kind of a long story. Anyway, are you okay? Did it blow up your yard or start a fire or anything? No, I'm fine. I landed a pretty good ways from my house and I went to look at it. And it's pretty big, but Beck doesn't want me to go near it, so I came home. He seems to think it's dangerous. Well, gosh, he's probably right. Anyway, what have you been up to, John? Did you get my package yet? I was trying to get it, but Rose dropped my card to a weird, spooky, bottomless pit. The package was in the car, and I'm really sorry about that. Oh no! Wow, okay, I guess I should start at the beginning. See, a meteor blew up my neighborhood? That's terrible, John. I'm so sorry. I'm okay. My house is too. Sort of. The game I was telling you about, Suburb, which I was playing with Rose, sort of transported me somewhere at the last minute. But now I'm trapped here, and it's weird and dark, and I can't find my dad, and I just lost the car, and also the copy of my game in the pit, and I think I have to save the world from the apocalypse? Well, it sounds really crazy and kind of scary, but it also sounds kind of exciting. I don't know, John, maybe this is your destiny. If anyone can save the world, I think it is probably you. Wow, you think so? Yes! Okay, well, but it's not even that simple. I was about to connect to Rose to help transport her to save her, but meteors and fires and stuff, but she lost battery power and I lost the game disc. So I think I have to get TG to use his copy to save her, but that jackass won't shut up and stop rapping and stuff. He's so silly. Yeah, anyway. I should talk to him about it, so BRB. The green text was attractive. Now view the red text again. Okay. When the film crew zooms where the pet resident's at, I'm like, if that dude's black, I'll eat my hat. Turns out he is, so I'm like, damn, director's got gumption. Like we'll flip our shit, he ain't shining shoes or something. It's called free emancipation. If it's not press election, it's got ascension. And Bruce almighty, whoops, different Bruce from the one I just mentioned. Ah! Can't explain to me why this ain't condension in. To speak, I'll shit a brick. Not even he can convey the intention. With his quick spun wit, rather defray all this tension. Sit on his lap while he whittles a splint. And some guy's eyes, what he doesn't patronize is, I guess. I don't think you're allowed to say that. The mother of invention. Stop rapping for a moment, you horse's ass. I have something important to talk about. What's up? Rose is in trouble and she needs help. I was going to connect with her with Suburb, but I lost my copy. Okay. Also, she's lost power. If she can get back up and running, she'll need someone with the game to get her out before her house burns down. So I think you should use your copy of the game to help her. My copy? That's gonna be tough. Why? I lost it. It's a stupid story. I'd rather not talk about it. Should be embarrassing, yo. I thought you said you had two. Well, yeah, one's my brother's copy. Okay, well, get his! Alright, but he's not gonna be happy about it. Whatever. Also, you might want to read Rose's walkthrough to get up to speed on this. Oh man, what? Nothing really. Look, all I'm saying is that girl tends to lay it on kind of thick, you know? Rolls eyes. Why did TG say that? I think, maybe, perhaps, TG might be just a little bit casually racist. Just like a little bit. Just like a little casual racism over on TG's end of things. Your laptop is out of battery power. There's only one thing left to do. Time to make your way to that backup generator. Knit laptop cozy to shield your laptop from the rain. Oh, that's cute. That would be such a waste of time. Besides, you already knitted one a while ago. You retrieve it from your knitting bag and apply it to your laptop. You captcha-log the laptop plus cozy. Equip Grimoire to Strife Specibus. That would be incredibly ill-advised. There are some dark forces you just don't want to mess around with. You understand this better than most. You put the book down. You grab the knitting bag and the grimoire, in that order. It's always a logistical puzzle with your tree modus. The tree auto-balances, leaving the knitting bag accessible for the root card. Rose, allocate knitting needles to Strife Specibus. You feel a lot more comfortable with this as a weapon. You're so handy with those needles, you feel like you could probably use them to fillet a swordfish. You lose the root card in the process, severing the tree. Hey, careful with all that stuff! Knit plush cuddle Cthulhu to soothe your nerves. This would be a preposterous waste of time. Besides, you're quite sure you've never heard of this creature called Cthulhu before. There are, however, many other specimens of the zoologically dubious you're familiar with, such as... Consult a grimoire! It's 2009 and he's an assumed white 13-year-old. Still not cool for him to have said that. Just kind of the environment this is in. So yeah, a little casually racist. Yeah, I've heard the whole spiel. I mean, I've heard the whole spiel about this book/game being like a little bit, you know, like lol. If it's crass, it's funny. Which, like, whatever. I don't know. It's 2009. I feel like that was what a lot of the comedy back then was. Cthulhu! Foul patrician of misery. To hear his mammoth belly gurgle is to know the epoch of joy has come to an abrupt end. Okay. Is this form submitted? I don't think so. I think this is just him telling the story now. And Yglith, shame-beast king of grotesquerie, writhe lord of the moist beyondhood. Hearing his melodious chirps and tongue clicks cause one's bones to explode. Oglogoth. Of course there's Oglogoth, the deep one. Whenever he grinds his teeth, all of the children of a random galaxy somewhere will frown continuously for 9,000 years span. He is the first and smallest of the smaller gods, appointed in servitude of a vile, unfathomable pantheon of middling gods, which caters to the whims of the noble circle of horror terrors, an omniscient, omnipotent order of the elite few, forever cloaked in the darkness of the furthest ring. Okay. And then there's this strange page containing some rather mysterious notes on summoning procedures. I've never been quite sure what these diagrams are getting at. The fuck? That would look like it would make delicious calamari. Me when I kill a fell beast in order to have delicious squid. Take items and proceed downstairs. You recaptcha-log everything the way it appears in the tree and head downstairs. You figure that's enough dilly-dallying. Time to get a move on. Pause. Oh, shit. You wonder if this rain will ever let up. It's driven since the month began, perhaps long enough to forget its purpose. It no longer even knows to assuage fire. Somewhere, a zealous god threads these strings between the clouds and the earth, preparing for a symphony it fears impossible to play. And so it threads on and on, delaying the rays of the conductor's baton. How you hate this season. April is the cruelest month, breeding lilacs out of the dead land, mixing memory and desire, stirring dull roots with spring rain. American sports legend, Charles Barkley. Confront mother in hall. Surely your mother is lurking nearby. You should be prepared for an unpleasant confront. Oh, psych! What? Yeah, this tracks. Yeah, this tracks. There's this really cool dude, okay? He's standing around being all chill like cool dudes are known to do sometimes. A cool dude like this probably has a real cool name, but he probably wouldn't just tell you what it is if you asked. He'd be way too busy for that. Busy being totally sweet, but you could probably try to guess his name. And if you're right, you might even nod ever so slightly. That's a cool dude's way of letting you know there might just be hope for you yet. Okay, enter name. This guy doesn't have time for this sort of bullshit. Insufferable prick. Oh, shit! He katana sliced it. Try again. Dave Strider. Oh, that's awesome. That's sick. All right, Dave. All right, hey, Dave. Your name is Dave, and it is an unseasonably warm April day. Your bedroom window is open to let some air in, and your fan is cranked. Arguably even more cranked than would be your fly beats, which bring us to your variety of interests. A cool dude like you is sure to have plenty. You have turntables. You have a penchant for spinning out unbelievably ill jams with your turntable and mixing gear. You like to rave about bands no one's ever heard of but you. You collect weird dead things preserved in various ways. You are an amateur photographer and operate your own makeshift darkroom. You maintain a number of ironically humorous blogs, websites, and social network profiles. And if the inspiration strikes, you won't hesitate to drop some fat rhymes on a mofo and represent. What will you do? Freed from Adderalm just in time for Dave. It's fucking Dave. Alright, Dave. Quickly retrieve arm from cinder blocks. Nah, get the damn beta and save your friend's life! This notion strikes you as nonsensical. You can't imagine how a video game could save someone's life, and in any case, you're quite sure no one you know is in any danger. Anyway, these are your copies of the beta you received in the mail recently. You've labeled them with your name in bold red print to distinguish them from your bro's copies, who labeled his in kind. Neither of you really gives a shit about this game or has any intention of playing it, but you'll be damned if you let that get in the way of your campaign of one-upmanship. Bleat like a goat and piss on your turntable. You would never consider allowing any fluid even remotely resembling urine to touch your beloved turntables. That would risk breaking them, and a world without the gift of your godly science just doesn't sound like a place you want to be a part of. While you're at it, you might as well wipe out human civilization with a meteor or something ridiculous like that, which will also never happen. That sort of thing only happens in stupid idiot movies for stupid idiots. He's looking so slowly. It's slowly coming into frame. Slowly coming into frame. Very slowly coming into frame. You will, however, contemplate bleeding like a goat for an ironically humorous purpose at a later date. Examine closet. This is your closet. This is where you keep a lot of your crap, like that box. This bottle of... what is this? Is that? Check the blue box. There's a package from your friend John Egbert sent you for your 13th birthday a little while ago. It now contains nothing except a note and a certificate of authenticity vouching for the genuine Hollywood memorabilia which the box originally contained, and which you are now wearing to be ironic, but also to be in an incredibly cool way somehow intangibly related to the ironic nature of the accessory. You find it sort of exasperating to explain these subtleties to people. The box also included a signed photo of Ben Stiller, which now proudly hangs in your closet. Proudly, and ironically, take the box. You couch log the box through your hash map fetch modus. Your modus's current hash function resolves the index by valuing each consonant at 2 and each vowel at 1. The total is divided by your number of cards, and the remainder is the index. The box is capture logged in card 5. That is needlessly complicated. Examine jar of unknown yellow substance in closet. Oh, hell yes! It's an unopened container of apple juice. You thought you were all out. It's like fucking Christmas up in here. This is so great. You've got to tell John about this immediately. He'll be so excited. Take juice. You capture log the juice into the card. 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 divided by 10 equals 7? What? No. What? Percent? What? Access Pester Chum and Pester John. In addition to letting your buddy know about this outstanding juice windfall, you figure it'd be cool to wish him happy birthday while you're at it, in your own cool, sort of roundabout way, of course. Good thing you looked at that box he sent you, or you might have forgotten. You also might as well ask him about the beta. The kid's been harping about it for weeks. Be cool if it came on his birthday. He'd be one happy camper. Complete bullshit, dope rhymes, so dope, ill beats. Oh god. Pastor Chum and Hephaestus. Okay. Hey, so what sort of insane loot did you... Okay, got a little monster poster. I'm gonna watch it again today. Apple juice scene was so funny. Coincidence just open... I think we already read this. Yes, we did. Go online and visit sites indicative of your interests. You open the Hephaestus web browser and direct it to your ironically maintained blog where you post monthly satirical reviews of GameBro magazine. Your latest post is a review of the March issue. Grand snack? Fuck yeah. The kids' names were also forum suggestion. John was the first name on his forum, Rose was the second on hers, and Dave's was a mistake. He should have had his third submitted Chad Buskin. This mistake has saved countless trans men from being named Chad. Do a lot of trans men call themselves Dave? Fascinating. You've been meaning to write a review for the latest issue too, but you've been sort of dogging it. Do you mean dodging it? Something about the game they're reviewing just doesn't strike you as ripe for satirical purposes. In the new tab, you open another one of your sites, a webcomic ironically maintained through a satirical cipher vaguely similar to that of your blog. It's called Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff. Can't wait to be a useless piece of shit and play these games all day. Ah, fuck, I'm falling down these stairs. I warned you about stairs, bro. I told you, dog. It keeps happening. I told you, man. I told you about the stairs. Yeah, bitches. Become a baby, retain your adult knowledge, and assume the form of a human infant. Your satisfaction guaranteed. Let's make me some money. I hope this ad is for some pornography. Okay. The Dave Strider fan to trans femme pipeline. Interesting. Oh, that's a lot of comics. Oh my god, he made so many. Non-show party! What is this? This sucks. Just fucking with you. What the fuck? Deadly firearms. Are you next? Are you next? Amazing. Thank you. Thank you for that. That's the worst thing I've ever seen. You have legions of devoted fans, most of whom are totally convinced of your creative persona's sincerity, which is just how you like it. Check the latest page of the Midnight Crew. Told you about stairs, bro. You figure out as long as you're chilling at your computer, you might as well see the new MSPA story is going. You haven't looked at it in a while. Midnight Crew. You are members of a sinister gang called the Midnight Crew. Your nefarious plots are serpentine in complexity. Your schemes convoluted. You're planning a heist in your underground hideout. What will you do? Use Occam's razor on plans and schemes. Spades Slick uses Occam's razor to carve a circular hole into the heist plans, freeing it from the knife. You wonder what moron would jam a knife so hard into the table in the first place. Climb ladder and exit hideout. Implement nefarious plot. You push against the manhole cover, but it seems like some unbelievable jackass has parked your getaway van on top of it. A familiar feeling stirs. The feeling is overwhelming. Soul-blackening rage. It's the sort of rage that makes a man feel totally justified in sporting an unnecessarily elaborate assortment of fancy blades. Skip ahead 100 pages or so. Ah! Oh god, it's Homestuck. Hi, Devin. You don't remember where you last left off, so you jump way ahead. You always forget to save your place in the story. Looks like tempers have become short in this pressure cooker already. You speculate about the tipping point may have been an ill-advised motion for a game of 52 pickup. Save your place, read it later. Even though the adventure began recently, it's already over 3,000 pages long. You just don't have time for this bullshit. You'll catch up later. Besides, looks like someone's pestering you, and you're pretty sure you know who it is. In some cultures, the persistent refusal of a lady's invitation to play a game with her would be a sign of wanton disrespect. Either that or flagrant homosexuality. What? Oh, no, look, I'm busy, okay? I'm not gay. What? I've got, like, a lot of shit on my plate, and I'm kind of a big deal, okay? I know. Sometimes I wonder how you're even ever allowed to pay for meals in restaurants. It must be hard to keep a low profile when you're always overhearing odd-voiced whispers. It's the guy who has a blog. Seriously, dudes be worshiping me left and right. I can't hardly walk down the street without stepping over torsos of the prostrate. Navigating the urban landscape, I'm sure, is difficult enough without an obstacle course of deferential flesh and skyward asses. Perhaps adapting the art of parkour to your unique environment would help. Yeah, I mean, damn. Like, there's this scruffy little shit at my feet, an orphan or something, I don't know, face flush on the pavement. I'm like, dude, you listening for a stampede of buffalo or something? He braves a look at me and then gives my shoe a little kiss and then scurries the fuck off. Heavy as the crown. Yeah, not kicking Oliver Twist in the fucking face every day is my gift to the world, I guess. Breathtaking magnanimity. Among other things, I just give and fucking give. Indeed. Nary a jewel tumbles from your wish box of daily exploits, which I imagine does not sparkle. Ah, for fuck's sake, you're just lobbying for me to play that dumb game. Baseless accusation. Look, I'm telling you, Egbert is all about that game. He will play it with you and probably be tickled about it. I know this very well. I cannot hasten his mail's delivery, however. Yeah, is that a phrase? Is that a phrase? Is that a phrase? Is that a phrase? Is that a thing people say? If you ever find yourself in the position where your life depends on me playing that piece of shit game, I'll play. Will that make you happy? More than you know. It perfectly mollifies my grief over the demise of chivalry. John, what are you doing? Stop doing nothing! Meanwhile, in the present, in a place where the present may be a concept of dubious merit, John is spacing out, but a vague and forceful thought jolts him to attention. Or maybe it is the bumping sound coming from the other side of the door. What is that? A thick, unpleasant fluid pools beneath the door. Troubling! Investigate! There's a trail of this fluid in the hall leading to your room. Play some hauntingly sick beats. You've had enough of this computer for a while. You feel like you've been messing around with it all week. It's time to get your jam on. You pull up your trusty Akai MPC 1000 sampler and prepare to get sick nasty. Sorry, everyone. Sorry, I have to see what it sounds like. Anyway. Left knob volume, current sample. Right knob, master volume. Store patterns in F1, F2, F3 buttons. Fuck that. Select the four corners.
By your powers combined, I am Captain Planet.
Captain Planet, he's our hero. Gonna take pollution down to zero. He's our powers magnified.
Streak retained. Enjoying. Enjoy this. Not enjoying. Enjoy. You should enjoy. What are you so weak a moderator you can't stay for Homestuck? You ignoramus. This is culture. This is culture. Internet culture. Cool. Anyway, take a sip of the apple juice despite what John said. I didn't get through the mid-2010s without reading this to watch someone else read it. What's the point in living if you do not have new experiences? Ah! Those beats were so fresh they belong to a produce aisle, is what you're talking about. Soccer moms be thumping this shit for ripeness like melons, know what I'm saying? After beats that fresh, it'd be a crime not to reward yourself with a celebrity swig. Oh, your apple juice? I see. You can't do it. John's got you all twisted up inside now. All you can think about is Mandel's gross monster piss. Damn you, Egbert. You know what? Devin's got a point, maybe. Allocate sword to Strife Specibus. Your Strife Specibus is already allocated with the blade-kind apparatus. There's no need to allocate it. You can wield your sweet ninja sword as a weapon once it is in your Strife deck, but you'll have to capture log it first before moving it there. Capture log sword. The ninja sword occupies the same card as the juice, expelling the juice from the Sylladex. It splashes all over your turntables and your copies of the beta. Ah! Get a towel or something. You head out to get a towel from the bathroom across the hall. You glance at one of the many radical puppets in your bro's collection and nod in approval. Is there anything not awesome about your bro? Nah, you think not. Oh, that's kind of cute. You enter the Jesus Christ. You enter the bathroom. There's a damn towel on the floor you can probably use for this crisis. You stop to pay a little respect to one of your bro's boys up there. Hey, little man, how's it hanging? Capture log damn towel. You take the damn towel, expelling the box. Search the bathroom for something slightly less damp. Now you just decide to wring out the towel into the toilet, make it less damp. Now it's just a towel. Take towel. Take the towel, grab the box again while you're at it. Clean up the juice. You clean up the juice with a towel and hang the damp beta envelopes on your line to dry off. Oh no. In the breeze of the fan, the beta jostles near the open window. This arrangement is a little disconcerting. If they fell out, it would be a stupid way to lose them. Turn off the fan. The crisis is easily averted. You can't imagine this will ever resurface later in any way, shape, or form. That beta is as good as yours. Forever. You should probably go pester Egbert again. You wonder if he found the beta yet. You also might chat about your respective Syllodices in fetch modi, if the topic happens to come up. You wonder if he is anywhere near as smooth in his Syllodex as you are. Probably not. It's probably not even humanly possible. Ah! Suddenly a rambunctious crow flies in the open window and snatches the beta, possibly to make a nest with, or for the sake of being a brainless, feathery asshole. You yell at the bird. Stop! You accidentally launch your ninja sword. Everything goes flying out the window, dead bird and all. Okay. No one can ever know about this. Look out window. Yeah, you can kiss all that stuff goodbye. You feel sorry for the bird, but at least you never planned on using that beta. Ah! Anyway, now that a bit of ugliness is behind you, you guess you can look forward to several more hours of messing around in your room. Whoa, wait, what? Uh-huh. What the fuck? You prepare to descend the stairs of your living room. You are standing eye to eye with a familiar foe, a 20-foot tall granite statue of the mighty wizard, Zazarpan the Learned. Your mother had him installed through the hole in the roof with a heavy-duty crane. Just look at the mystical gaze. To peer into those aloof, glassy eyes is to arrest the curiosity of any mortal. To behold the wisdom concealed in the furrows of that venerable face is to know the ceaseless joys of bewilderment itself. Any man so fortunate as to catch askance his merry twinkle or twitch of whisker shall surely have all his dreams fulfilled. That's a mystical gaze? He's certainly seeing something. You find this grisly abomination utterly detestable. Psychoanalyze mother's love of wizards. There's nothing to psychoanalyze. Your mother clearly has no real affinity for these damnable things. She collects them just to spite you. If anything, she finds them even more repellent than you do. She's just a committed woman. Go downstairs to the kitchen back door. Why does all of our parents have weird knickknacks? You descend to the living room of your home's expansive, open layout. There's the sound of rushing water beneath the floor. It tends to strike guests as a strange presence in the living space, but it's become hardly audible to you through the familiarity. There's the front door, but hopefully there's no need to make the long trek around the house in the rain. You might as well see if you can slip through the kitchen and out the back unnoticed. View mother's solid copper vacuum statue. Why? Okay, but it's bronze, not copper. But it wasn't always. A while ago, you gave this as an ironic gift to your mom for Mother's Day. You even customized it with a drink holder to support one of her ubiquitous alcoholic beverages. She liked the gift so much she had it bronzed and put on this pedestal. She even left it plugged in so it can still be turned on now and then, but never do any cleaning. It never leaves this display. Sometimes at night when you're just in your room, you can hear it wailing from downstairs. She must know you can hear it. She's completely deranged. I feel like your mom loves you. You gave her a gift of a vacuum and she got it fucking bronzed, brother. Grab the Eldritch Princess. It's too big to capsulog. That's who you want to move it anyway. The pretty princess doll has been sitting there for months ever since your mother got this abomination for your birthday as a totally passive-aggressive gesture. You decide to... She even knows that you like weird fucking tentacle monsters. You decide to make it much less abominable by knitting Her Majesty a new head and new arms. Now it brings a mischievous... Oh no, you did that. I see. Now, a mischievous smile to your face whenever you walk by. Your mother hasn't removed the doll yet and probably never will. You would never be the first one to blink. Acquire umbrella for protection from the elements. You're gonna have a hell of a time accessing that card when you need it. Guess you'll just come across that bridge later. Peek inside the kitchen. The liquor bottles are out in full force. Mom is surely nearby. That is a lot of wine. Investigate richly colored object in the middle of the screen. That would be a refrigerator, whose service has customarily served as the battlefield for a chilly siege of passive-aggressive one-upsmanship. This was a drawing you did of your cat Jaspers when you were younger, along with a poem about him. Your mother bought this ostentatious $15,000 frame for it and had it welded to the door. She loves you. She loves you. Using the colorful magnet letters, you recently left a succinct message. Shrew! Which may or may not have been directed toward anyone in particular, but you couldn't find the letter W, so you just stuck two V's together. Shrev! Your mother then purchased a fresh pack of W's and left them there for your convenience. She loves you. Appreciative of the thoughtful gesture, you left her a sincere thank you note, which you had legally notarized and then marked with a drop of blood. But part of it was touching the floor, so your mother was kind enough to lift the lower portion of the document with a velvet pillow. What is wrong? What is wrong with you two? Attach a W to face as a fake mustache. This is incredibly silly. You're not sure how it fits into your campaign against your mother or about your computer online to escape your doom, but it's hard to resist getting a little silly sometimes, especially when you are absolutely positive no one is watching. Capture log. Okay. The unsightly void in the W pack won't do, nor will the gash in the plastic. You deposit 12 cents into the place, which is your approximation of the letter's value. You also make a vow to return later and neatly sew the plastic shut. Think of ways to one-up mother. You're now wondering how to address the pillow situation. It seems the woman has you at a clear disadvantage. Perhaps slipping a fresh doily under the pillow will do the trick, or maybe spilling a bit of Worcestershire sauce on it, and then having it dry cleaned and returned along with a laboriously ingratiating apology note? Nah, there's no time for anything like that. Or maybe, just thinking out loud here, you could use the entire pack of W's as M's. Ooh, that would burn. But you've already done something with the W pack. There's no need to go back and gild that lily. This is delicate business, and that pillow is screaming for a rebuttal. Capture log, velvet pillow. You decide to take the velvet pillow and lovingly embroider a poem in praise of motherhood on it. Hopefully you can pull this one off before she notices it's gone. But it causes your tree to be pretty badly unbalanced. It surely will auto-balance itself in a moment. And just like that, the umbrella becomes accessible as the root card. That's one of the things you love about the tree modus, the happy surprises. Head out the back door. Ah! Okay, enough's enough. Time to get going. Ah! No, mother! She's swiffering. Script, 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 script. Her fucking face. Script, 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 script. You don't know how she does that. You're never safe in this house. And of all the things during the power outage, she's up to her ironic housewife routine again. That mop bucket won't have any water in it. Doesn't even have any water in it. What an absolute madwoman. Well, I think it's an auto. Okay. Hop over counter, landing in a roll. This bird's gotta fly. Pew! Youth roll. Lousy goddamn stupid wizards. Meanwhile, in the past again. Hello, some random gamer 125. Welcome to the stream. This is just the fake watching TV gag from Friends. I wouldn't know. I have never watched Friends. You're almost done patching up the hole with your window with the gaffer tape, but it's sort of hard to get any work done when people keep pestering you all day. Guess you better get that. Answer chum. Let's see. Okay, this is one that we haven't seen yet. Hi, Dave. Hey, sup? Not much. Sup with you, bro? Hee hee. Good one. It's all right. Been chill, I guess. You know how it goes. Great. Feeling cool today, Mr. Cool Guy? Man, you know it. So cool. You know, shit is ice cold up in here. Shit is wicked bananas, I'm telling you. So, have you talked to John today? Yeah, we were just talking a little while ago about how he sucks at his Sylladex. Can you believe he uses Stack? That kid is ridiculous. Lol. Well, that doesn't sound like much fun. What was it you use again? Wait, never mind. I forgot. I forget whenever we talk about your goofy moduses, I get a migraine. What do you want with John? I just want to tell him happy birthday and ask him about his birthday package. Ah, yeah, I was being sort of cagey and told him to check the mail because I was wondering if mine came in yet. I think it did. Yeah? I think mine came in too. So, I guess you want to know if he likes it or something? No, he will not open it. He will lose it. Oh, wow, sorry to hear that, I guess. Nah, it's good actually, because he'll find it again later when he really needs it, which of course is why I sent it in the first place. See, like, I never get how you know these things. I don't know. I just know that I know. Yeah, alright. Anyway, I have to go. I have to feed Beck, which is always a bit of an undertaking. Man, if I were you, I would just take that fucking devil beast out from behind the woodshed and blow its head off. I don't think I could if I tried. Yeah, say hi to your granddad for me too, okay? Yes, I guess an encounter with him is almost certain. It is usually intense. Well, yeah, isn't it always with the family? But he sounds like a total badass. Yeah, he totally is. Anyway, gotta go. See ya. Heart. Get phone. Why does she know the future? Why do we have a future friend? Why do we have a friend who knows the future? That's odd. Like, I've watched Friends and I don't know what Brock is talking about. Where Joey was faking to be in a doctor show for his grandma since his scene was taking out. Oh, that's cute. This will be handy to have your phone on standby so you won't always have to go back to your computer whenever someone pesters you. This way you can text message people no matter where they are or what outrageously cool thing you're up to. So cool. John! Pursue adversary into that room! And even meanwhile, in the present, sort of, once again, the slippery antagonist eludes you. You only find more of these unpleasant, oily smears. Someone is pestering you. Both your PDA and computer register the message. This chum will know what to do! Alright, I'm out of my room now looking for my bro's game. Oh, good. Yeah, there's no sign of Rose yet. I hope she's okay. Well, if she comes back, I'll be ready. You better know what you're talking about, because this could get ugly. Brought my phone with me, and I also took my awesome katana, you know, in case things get too hot to handle. They always do. You mean that cheap piece of shit you have on your wall? Fuck you! It's sharp and awesome, and it's a sword. End of story. Okay, I don't really care. I'm in my room again. I really think there's someone else in my in this house, like monsters or something. Howie? I wish. Dude, monsters aren't real. That's stupid kid stuff for stupid babies. Yeah, maybe you're right. What are you, an idiot? Of course there are monsters in your house. You're in some weird evil monster dimension. Come on, skepticism is the crutch of cinematic troglodytes. Like, hey mom, dad, there's a dinosaur or a ghost or whatever in my room. Yeah, right, Junior, go back to bed. Fuck you, mom and dad. How many times are you gonna watch this trope unfold? It wasn't goddamn funny the first time I saw it. Just once I'd like to see dad crap his pants when a kid says there's a vampire in the closet. Ah, shit! Everyone, get in the minivan! Be fucking dad of the year right there. Okay, stop. What do I do? What do you have, a hammer? Man, so lame. Okay, whatever. You should look into weaponizing your Silodex. My bro is always getting on my case about it, but man, it's not as easy as it sounds. But if you're fighting monsters left and right, you don't have much choice. Okay, I guess I could read up on data structures some more. How's it going? I'm out in the living room. He's usually here, but I don't see him. Might be playing his mind games. He's always pulling this ninja shit. All I see is little Cal over there, so I'm guessing he can't be far. That's me! Oh god, so lame. What? See, I just don't know why you think it's cool, his ventriloquist rapping thing. Oh, little Cal? Nah, man, little Cal is the shit. That's fine. You're entitled to your own opinion. I'm just saying that being a white guy who is a rapper with a ventriloquist doll is not cool by any stretch of the imagination or by any definition of the word cool, ironic, or otherwise. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, bullshit. Cal is dope. Puppets are awesome. John Egbert blows. The end. This guy's not so bad. This guy's not so fucking bad, actually. Yeah, more like the opposite of all those things is true. Things is the thing that is true. I'm going to read. Good luck with your bro. Read your book! Stay wary of these foes! Oh my god, what the fuck? Pfft, monster. Only stupid babies who poop in their diapers believe in that stuff. Speaking of white rapper, Hussey will later claim these characters have no canonical race. This is a specter that will loom over the entire comic. That's weird. Okay. Interesting. You roll out the front door! Strife! It looks like your mom has satisfied her strife quota for the day. She simply returns to her housework. No point in going out the front door anymore. Might as well head out to the back like you originally planned. Why is there a horse here? First, be the pony. Second, trample mom. Click on them buttons, streamer. Oh. Can I fight, actually? Oh, a grieve! Yeah! Goddamn, 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 goddamn! Aggress! Passive. Empty suicide threat! Abjure! No, 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 no! A beautiful pony! Abstain. Ironic negligence. Auto-pillion! Okay. Alright. You can't be this stupid pony. Frankly, you can't imagine why anyone would want to, but you give the pony a begrudging pat on the snout anyway. Her name is Maplehoof. Aw, that's cute. John, turn around! God damn it. Data structures for assholes. Chapter 7. God damn it. Why do I even bother? The good news. So, finally, your revolting incompetence can be put to use. Instead of accidentally firing a Silodex full of steak knives into a priceless oil painting or your beloved great aunt, you can turn that fumbling fury towards one of your foes, such as the ability to grasp painfully simple concepts. The bad news. I'm tired of explaining myself hoarse to all you gibbering fuckwads. In this chapter, you will be phoning it in with your liberal use. I will be phoning it in with the liberal use of diagrams and shitty clip art. What are you gonna do about it? You're gonna wriggle out your own little viscous secretions like the worm you are? That's what. Here, learn something for a change. Asshole notes. Purse your lips together to form a stiff pucker. Apply them firmly to my rear end. I now pronounce you man and wife. Now get in the kitchen and make my ass some dinner, bitch. You're trying to read, okay? This book is already unpleasant enough as it is without weird voices in your head nagging at you to do things. Besides, thought we already agreed no such thing as monsters. Oh, fine! You'll interrupt your reading and turn around, but you don't see what could possibly be. Oh my god, it's a monster! Shale imp. No! I grieve! Put the bunny in the box! I don't think John is very good at fighting. You leave through the back door. Nearby is the transformer, which distributes electricity from the underground generator powered by the river flowing beneath your house. The transformer was struck by lightning, though, and no longer works. You wonder if your mother had any plans to have it fixed. You guess she'd rather just play her mind games in the dark house like a weirdo. You can see the mausoleum and the portable generator across your backyard. You're almost there. Umbrella. Yeah, that's awkward. You regather your items and begin the soggy Trek mausoleum word. Get up, John! Now is no... get up, John! Now is no time for slumber! Oh! Lock him up! Muda, 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 muda! Ah! Ah! I can't move! Ah! Retrieving the W never even crossed your mind. It's just a stupid magnet. John! Salvage your weapon and fight on! Strike! Again! Hiya! 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 Kiyo! Sweet catch! That's awesome. Another Control T Trickster mode? I can't do it here. Is it on this one? Oh! Oh! Hey! There we go. That is really loud. What was the code again? Sammy, do you remember the code? Hold on, I got it right here. Go! Back! You still got me. What now? Go. That's it. It just turns you into a silly little guy. You said, put the bunny back in the box! Now, why couldn't he put the bunny back in the box? It's pretty good. Now exalt! Victory! The spoils are yours! Oh. Oh, I'm a plucky little tot. The amazing victory allows you to scale the first 2 achievement rungs on your Etcha ladder. You are now a plucky tot, with a new feather in your cap to show for it. The Etcha ladder rewards your bold ascent with 125 boon dollars. You waste little time in storing them in your ceramic pork hollow. Additionally, climbing the rungs has boosted your gel viscosity and cash limit. By expanding your cash limit, you've made room for all of the nice grist you just collected. You now have 32 fragments of build grist and 10 fragments of shale. What about that card? It seems the shale imp has allocated the bunny to the strife specibus. Sort of a stupid thing to use for a weapon, but you might as well grab it and stick the bunny in your strife deck while you're at it. It'll at the very least be safer there. Okay! You group the 2 specibi into your strife portfolio. No self-respecting strifer would be caught dead without one. Gather the scattered limbs of your large hammer! Oddly enough, it seems breaking the sledgehammer altered the abstratus from hammerkind to handlekind, even going so far as expelling the head of your smaller hammer from your deck to force compliance. You didn't even notice it in the heat of battle. You grab the sledgehammer handle, expelling the useless Harlequin figure. Now repair the hammer! You merge the sledgehammer head with its handle and return it to your strife deck, repairing the hammerkind apparatus in the process. The smaller hammer handle is ejected from the deck. Since of course handles are any sort no longer belong there. Since of course handles of any sort no longer belong there. Obviously. Fine. Now what? Dave is pestering you. Well, you don't have time to deal with his nonsense right now. Something is amiss in your room. You just can't quite put your finger on it. Hurry and activate the generator. What the fuck? You fire up the generator and drag the cord into the mausoleum. Of course, it would be foolish to run the generator inside a confined space. Generator safety is everyone's business. Defile tomb. Sorry, Jaspers. I have to make space for the laptop. Jaspers, no! Besides, your final resting place is already a mockery. You should have decomposed years ago under a bed of petunias like a normal cat, not given to a taxidermist and fitted with a tiny custom-tailored suit and then stuffed in a coffin built for infants. Plug laptop in. Okay. You plug your laptop and connect to the internet signal again. Everything predictably falls out of your Silodex, but you try not to get bent out of shape about it. You have bigger fish to fry. Looks like Dave noticed you're back online. He pesters you like clockwork. And there's John. What on earth is he up to now? The door, John! Look at the door! You're right. Didn't Rose yank the door off its hinges and prop it up on your bed? Something or someone has put it back and left it slightly ajar. Incredibly alarming! Investigate! Oh, you motherfucker. Not the fucking water. What is this? This is so outrageous. Show you a cat. I got you. Check this out. Check this out. Also, hi, Star. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Crab Apple. Check this out. baby man. Little baby man. Little baby man. Right there too. Little baby man. Passed out. He is simply a baby. He also did wake us up at 4 a.m. again to chew on my wife's hair, as he does every night. Having a kitten, kind of like having an actual baby in the house, wakes us up many times during the night. Pastor John. Oh. That is one hot clap. Stop it. Let's see. Pastor Locke. Ah, there you are. John said your house is burning down. Are you on fire yet or what? No, for I have retired to the safety of a smaller building, which is much closer to the forest fire threatening my residence. Oh, well, that's a relief. John told me to get the game to help you out, so this, out of there, so I'm working on that now. Working on it? Yeah, my bro's copy. Long story. Hey, don't tell John about this, but I think he might have been right about the puppets. They're sort of starting to freak me out a little bit. You're referring to your brother's collection? I mean, don't get me wrong. I think it's cool and all. The semi-ironic puppet thing or whatever. Semi-ironic. Man, I don't even know. I'm just starting to think that some of this shit is going a little far. It's kind of fucked up. I've seen his websites. I like them. Yeah, well, you would. Oh, man, I wish little Cal wouldn't look at me like that with those dead eyes. Jesus. Sometimes I dream that he's real and he's talking to me and I wake up in a cold sweat and basically flip the fuck out. Interesting. Oh God, why did I just tell you about my dream? You're gonna have a field day with that. I am currently scrawling notes furiously into one of the many psychoanalysis journals I maintain for you. Published paper forthcoming. Because, you know, it's not like either of us have anything better to do at the moment than to evaluate each other's radically debilitating pathologies. Yeah, I'm gonna get moving. Have you heard from John? He's not answering me. He won't answer me either, but I am watching him. I suspect he's preoccupied with the fact that he just had a bucket of water dumped on his head by the ghost of his dead grandmother, who also happens to be dressed like a clown. Alright, I'm out later. Interrogate this mad woman! Ooh, sprite log. Nana? Yes, dear. Wow, he scared the living daylights out of me. Well, I guess it was a really great prank. Good one, Nana. Anyway, are you really my dead Nana? Of course, John. I have come back to help you on your journey through the medium and beyond. I am delighted to see what a fine young man you've turned out to be, just like your father. Okay, I guess I'll take your word for it. I don't remember you at all. My dad said I was really young when you died. Hey, speaking of which, do you know where he is? I've looked everywhere for him. My father is a combat master. Oh. Your father was kidnapped. Oh no! When you crossed over to the medium, he was apprehended by very forces of darkness from which the presence here is awakened. What? Oh, so this is the medium? What is the medium that you're talking about? It's where we are now, a realm that has a ring of pure void, dividing light and darkness. It turns into the thick of the inspirisphere, a place untouched by the flow of time in your universe. You mean because we're inside a computer or in a game software or something? A computer? Why, what is that, dear? Some new fandangled contraption like the horseless Autobox car? Well, it's like the machine that, I'm just pulling your leg. I know what a computer is, John. I was pulling your leg. Oh, okay. No, John, you're not inside a computer or software or anything like that. Try not to be so linear, dear. The software that brought you here was merely a mechanism that served as a gateway. Its routines in a way serve to invoke this realm's instance, yet it stands independently of any physical machine and somewhat paradoxically always has. I'm not sure I get it, but alright. So what do I actually need to be doing here? I think it would be best if we started off with the big picture. Above the medium, beyond the 7 gates, residing at the core of the Insipisphere, is a place known as Skaya. Legend holds that Skaya exists as a dormant crucible of unlimited creative potential. What does this mean, you ask? I'm afraid my lips are sealed about that, dear. Woo-hoo. But needless to say, where a realm of such profound importance is concerned, forces of light will forever be charged with its defense, while forces of darkness will just as persistently covet its destruction. And it just so happens at the center of this realm is the fate in question. These very forces duel on a stage stuck in eternal stalemate. Yes, they have dueled in this manner forever. That is until you showed up. Me? Yes, you, John. Before your mishap with my ashes, you may recall the sprite's previous incarnation, which resulted from its kernel's hatching. You see, this hatching occurs automatically in response to your arrival. The result is a pair of kernels, one dark, one light, each carrying the information they were prototyped with before they hatch. One goes down to a kingdom entrenched in darkness, the other goes up to a kingdom basking in light. Each comes to rest on an orb atop a spire, of which there are 3 others of its kind. The 4 sprites are situated above a throne, and these 2 thrones preside over the 2 respective sovereign powers. And once the kernels are situated, that's when the game is afoot. A true war begins, light versus dark, good versus evil. This is a war where the forces of light are always destined to lose, without exception. A quest of futility, then! Well, really, then what's the point? That remains for you to find out, dear. For you see, the journey you're about to make is the ultimate riddle. Whoa! For now, your objective is to proceed towards Skya and pass through the first gate situated directly above your house. Not even terribly far. The gates will become progressively more difficult to reach, so you had better be prepared to sharpen your adventuring skills. How am I going to get up there? You build. I think I get it now. So I guess the battle between good and evil is sort of irrelevant? Well, I don't know, it all sounds kind of weird, but in my case, we build the house to get to these gates, and then I can save my dad. Yes, John. And then after that, we solve this ultimate riddle thing and save the Earth from destruction. Oh no, I'm afraid not. What? Your planet is done for, dear. There's nothing you can do about that. Oh, your purpose is so much more important than saving that silly old planet, though. And that is... Yes, I will have to agree with the float hag about that one. John, you are such a good boy. I know you will succeed. Thanks, Nana. You are a good boy, and good boys deserve treats. Hooray! I'm gonna go bake you some cookies. The hag mentioned cookies! Pursue her! Oh, god damn it, just what you need, more baked goods. John, you cannot say no to cookies! I command you to get them! You totally abjure the hell out of that idea. You're so busy abjuring, you don't even notice Rose has been trying to pester you this whole time. Hit John in the head with a box to get his attention. You give John a swift drubbing in the noggin, but he is undeterred. That is some fit he's throwing. Perhaps it will take this spare moment to contemplate the Nana Sprite's strange tale. It may also behoove you to record your thoughts on these developments with your GameFAQs walkthrough/journal. It can be hard finding time to update it. In fact, you're not even sure where you found time to write what's already there. Oh, is that so, Jaspers? And just who do you think you're looking at with that smug grin? The last thing you need is sass from a dead cat. That's perhaps it's pretty much all his fault that you're in this mess in the first place, so you can just button it. John! Cookies! No! You refuse outright. This impudence is insufferable! Go get the cookies! Well, when you put it so politely, how can John decline? John, you are stupid! You really need to work on your manners. Stupid, stupid, dumb! That is not a command. It's nothing. It's stupid. You're stupid. For the last time, I command you to get the cookies, boy! It's just not gonna happen, buddy. Years in the future, but really not enough to write home about. An agitating finger slips mid-keystroke. You fucking hit the caps lock button? That's hilarious. Oh, hello. Beans, mustard, human etiquette. What the fuck? Where did all this come from? Oh, unlocked album, Homestuck Volume 1. Oh, cute. Ooh, okay. All right, we got a long one here. Here we go. The long and short, the medium too. I may have been a bit hasty in advising you not to bother with the prototyping process. If I spared any detail, it was only to optimize your chances of survival. And if you find yourself begrudging the absence of certain instructions, which if following would result in your demise, then I guess that makes two of us. Otherwise, you're welcome. But the fact appears to be that prototyping the kernel sprite before making your gateway may offer the only opportunity to exercise control over your new environment, a place known as the medium. Also, if prototyped with one or two, sufficiently, albeit loosely, humanoid and or sentient elements, living or otherwise, it offers the chance to have all this explained to you by an apparitional guide through whatever sort of cryptic, sketchy doublespeak your choice of prototyping elements engenders. In lieu of this, you may be forced to settle for my clear, thorough explanations and assiduous dissection of raw data. Again, don't mention it. If you've already made it to the medium with the unmolested vanilla sprite, well, I've already covered the bad news about this missed opportunity, and we'll go into this further soon. Though to what extent this actually is bad news, I'm not sure. I know the only result of my co-player's current configuration, wherein the sprite was prototyped once before the departure and once after. Which brings us to the good news, which is that you can still prototype after your departure and salvage the massively rewarding experience of haggling with an exposition-slinging phantom guide, so long as you avoid prototyping with terribly inert items such as a brass door knocker and your father's pornography collection. Actually, that might be interesting. If you're struck by the spirit of such experimentation, please do not hesitate to contact me about it. So yes, you can enhance your sprite in this way, but doing so after your departure will no longer induce this effect on the medium I alluded to. That can only be accomplished with one or more pre-departure prototypings. In fact, we can extrapolate there are only so many ways to prototype a sprite. Tiers of prototyping in relation to departure. Both before, one after, both after, only one, either before or after, none. These occurring before will affect the medium through the kernel's hatching process, and your guide, i.e. the sprite. Those occurring after will only affect the sprite. The effects this process has on the medium, or more globally, the inciposphere, are still vague to me. They have to do with flavoring the forces you will struggle against, and generally, all forces at odds with each other in this realm. It has given me some insight into the nature of the game, which again I derive through extrapolation. We appear to be engaging an instance of a dimension with a highly flexible set of parameters, and a series of objectives surrounding an equally flexible mythological framework. This framework seems to begin as a sort of blank template, and evolves as the player's actions, and likely further evolves with the addition of more host-client connections, and thus more prototyped kernels. I regret to say I can't be much more specific than that without loosely extrapolating further. There are plenty of questions that have occurred to me, however, questions concerning the kernel sprite which I have raised implicitly already, such as what is the effect of an untyped kernel on the medium, or a doubly prototyped kernel for that matter, and even more salient are questions about the dimension itself. Do all players worldwide make it to this dimension if they successfully complete their departure, or is a unique blank instance of the dimension created for a new player? I have no evidence, but instinct tells me it's closer to the latter situation. There is no indication of any other players present in this realm. Alterations to the realm seem singularly centered on the actions of my co-player and myself. If I have to take anything on it, I would guess every separate client-server pair activates its own fresh copy of an inciposphere, or a unique session, if you will. But the quantity of players is a further complication which involves more questions. It seems the game was designed to suit two players most naturally, the server and the client. But through a mishap, my co-player and I have slipped out of the obvious tandem arrangement, and the only logical course of action to continue playing is to string a daisy chain of server-client connections together until presumably the chain is complete. Theoretically, we would complete this chain with only one other player functioning as the server to my client and the client to my current co-player's server, assuming he can recover it. The strange thing is, though, in our instance of this dimension, there are 4 receptacles for divided kernels, not 3. Does this mean we are destined to have a 4-player chain? How could the game know such a thing? Perhaps it does, and if this proves to be the case, I trust I will be sufficiently numb to the realization. I can consider nothing about the game surprising at this point, and in fact, with the first moment of play, I managed to deviate so far from my expectations that I completely forgot my original purpose with it was. I had a chance to test some information I obtained on good authority during the prototyping phases, but it completely slipped my mind. Instead, the game's catacombs securing the dark twisting paths to necromancy were blundered into rather on accident. But perhaps you don't need to know any of this. Rethink organization? Lead may be waist deep. Logic sludge. Trim down. Bleh. She's not finished with us yet. Jeez, cut her some slack. Maybe she should go bug someone else for a while. At the very least, someone else. 339 to 442 is a good break point. Months in the past, but not many. Yeah, I think this is a good spot to stop. Right here, as we kind of look back into the past. I think this is good. I think this is good. Wow, that was a good session. Holy shit, a lot has happened. Man, it's so weird hearing like almost like late 2009 gamer speak accentuated with like very well thought out world parameters from Rose's point of view. It's so jarring. It's so the juxtaposition between the humor to the like intelligence of the writing is really, really, I don't know, I want to say funny, but it's wild. It's wild is what it is. I like that each character has their own writing. I agree. I think the characters are really well situated into their own sort of writing styles and roles, which I really, really like. This is not bad. Not bad at all. I'm still, you know, pretty early in. I think this is like 8,000 pages or 2,000 pages, something like that. So we're still very early on in the in the story, but I am still enjoying it. Now, obviously, it's got some faults, but like, I don't know. It's weird because it's the kind of humor that a lot of people around me used when I was growing up. So it's something that I feel like very used to. But it's also like jarring to see it in the year of our Lord 2026. Like it feels like talking with people in a COD lobby a little bit sometimes. It's both nostalgic and like almost regressive in a way. But it's a cool time capsule sort of what like common internet rhetoric was at the time. The art is fun, the music is good, and I'm really interested in where the story is going. I mean, we went longer than we did last time just because I was like invested in what is going on and I just want to know more about it. So that was really, really good. If you would like to see more of this, we are going to be reading this once a week. Make sure to leave a follow if you would like to follow along with this. You can also find VODs of the readings of this over on the VOD channel, !VOD. They are not up yet, but they will be up soon. And I think with that, we'll probably take our first break for today. We are going to be switching to Legend of the Goon. There we go. Boom. For historic context, I alluded to this earlier, but the comic's popularity is picking up, especially after the end of Act 1 Flash and the game part you played today. I see. So this is where like it started like becoming more popular on like Tumblr and in like the sort of internet zeitgeist. Is that what you're saying? Bleh. Nowhere near its peak, though. Interesting. All right, I'm going to take my break. I'll be back in about 5 minutes.